Hi, I heard someone a while ago ask about pain in the kind of Achilles area, tendon area, the calf, all this lower area of the leg. And their question was, do I buy a new pair of trainers? Do I stretch more? I'm stretching a lot. What do I do? Well, you shouldn't be overstretching. You have to stretch, but it's best to do eccentric stretching, which is strengthening at the same time. And you shouldn't overstretch this area. It has to have some, it has, not some, it has to have the strength for the, for when you're running, you know, that bounce effect on the body. It has to have strength. So you need the perfect balance or the adequate balance. So I'm going to show you what you can do before running, riding a bike, or going out walking, whatever you do. So first, you're going to grab your leg with two hands, and you are going to move. You're not just rubbing on top of the skin, you're grabbing. You're not deeply trying to massage, you're holding it and you're moving up and down. So that's a connective tissue. So up and down, up and down. Once we tell the connective tissue that we're here and we're helping the body get organized, then it activates very fast. Up and down, up and down. You can do the same around the knees, up and down, you know, just next to the patella, up and down, up and down. So grab it and you're doing that. So you're doing the same with the other side, up and down, up and down. This is very good to do before you're running. I don't know if you can see me there. It's just holding it and feeling that action of up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down. Just a few seconds. That's all the neuroreceptors need, you know. It's very fast, but you need to acknowledge that part of the body. And it's not just stretching or working certain muscles. It's the whole body is in action. We have connective tissue everywhere, and connective tissue is kind of what gets the muscles going. You know, if the connective tissue is not healthy, then there's no point stretching the muscles or working only the muscles. Okay. Now you can tap the legs, tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. The front. You must have seen the swimmers do this, the runners do this. You can use your fists for the glutes. Make sure there's a rhythm, because there's a rhythm in our body. So tap, tap, tap the sides, tap, 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 tap. Lift and down. Tap on the lower back, tap, 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 tap. Tap the inner leg. You can do the feet. You know, if you're sitting down, you can do around the feet. If you've got plantar fasciitis, you can massage a little bit. Now, you need to strengthen, work the feet, right? Very important. So you can do, hold on to something unless you've got really good balance. Don't want you to twist your ankle. So you can lift up and down. So when you lift up, you're not just thinking of the ankle. You're thinking the whole body is lifting up. So then you've got everything helping you lift up. Hold on, make sure you hold on. Now feel what's going on in the toes. Got two cameras, so that's why I'm looking at both. Lift up and down. And it's not only up. You can do up, up, but also very important down. That's a stretch for the Achilles tendon. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Then you can do point work, leg work. Point, you can hold on as well. Make sure the pelvis is not tucking in. You're lifting up. Imagine the sit bone pushing back and out. You're lifting up, point, point, and flex. So the leg is long and strong. That gives you strength in the knee, because we've got our myofascial slings all throughout the body. We're strengthening the hip joint here, and the knee is gaining strength because everything around it is working eccentrically, right? In an eccentric fashion. Point, point, heel, heel. You can do side, side. If the foot hurts or is a bit funny doing the point, it means you might need a bit more point work. So make sure you do point flex, point flex. You can do heel up and down. And then when you do your twist or rotating, make sure that your whole pelvis is not coming with you, because the problem can be coming up from here and it might be hurting down there. So we're always thinking, oh, I'm going to tackle the problem down there, but the body is a whole. So imagine the hip joint, the socket, femur, hip joint. Imagine this action. So you can hold on and imagine there. There, you're gaining mobility here in the hip joint if you get that image in your mind. And then you can do side, side. You can bend the standing leg. Reach, reach. So that's strengthening the legs in an eccentric fashion. The other side, you can do point, flex, point, flex. You can do point, 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 flex, flex. All the combinations you can think of, you can lift all you can without bending, in. If that happens, then you're defeating the purpose of the exercise. So point, point, heel, heel. And then you can do little movements here. You can do wider. Remember the hip joint, so you're not going with your whole pelvic, bones, crests, halves. So imagine the rotation, femur, hip joint. So it's soft there, soft. And then imagine the leg extending. So that's working your muscles in a lengthened fashion. So that gives you more strength when you're running. And you can do with the heel, heel. You can hold on. Allow your body to move, because that's giving your bones, you're telling it that it's got a natural rhythm. If you stay too stiff, you're not allowing for the movement, which helps in the stability. If you need to shake one side, if it's too much standing up, let go, and then come back to this side, lift from the heel. Can you see? Yeah. Heel, heel, heel. You can bend the standing leg, hold on if you need to, reach, reach. So you can find all the combinations, point, point. These are great for runners, cyclists. You can do back as well, leg back, diagonal. Let me see where the camera is so you can see the side. So you can twist the foot out in a 45 degrees and reach back, 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 back. So that's working the psoas as well in an extended position. And heel down, you're pressing down, down, down. You're not contracting the glutes too much. You're pressing, 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 and then you can do point, 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 point. The same on the other side. You can do your heel. Can you see me? Yes, heel, 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 and point, point, point. Right, now, you don't need to do these before running. You might get tired. You can do them earlier the night before. These help you strengthen if you do them every day. The one you should definitely do before going out running is tapping, holding on, moving the fascia with your hands, a little heel action, point. And then you can do this one as well. You can do heel back. And this is stretching and strengthening the calf, up and down, up and down. Now, before running, just a tiny stretch, that's it. You don't want to overstretch before going out running. That's for after. Once you come back, you can do this, and then you can stay in the stretch. No more than 3 seconds, it's not 20 seconds, that's a passive stretch. We want stretch in action, so reach, reach with the same arm as the leg, reach, reach, and you should feel this kind of pull, pull. So that's eccentrically strengthening and stretching, so it leaves the muscle and the whole area longer and stronger, rather than a passive stretch. Reach, lift, on the other side, heel up and down, up and down. Can you see? Yes, you can see. I'm looking at the screen, sorry. Up and down, up and down. You lean forward, reach with the same arm as the leg, and you reach. You should feel that nice pull down there, right? So those are when you come back from your cycling session, your running session, reach up a big circle. Now the stretching, you can put one leg up, bend the standing leg, contract the one you're extending, tense it a little bit, and reach down. And the sitting bone, back, opposite leg, imagine it goes back and lift. Back and point, lift, point, lift. Right? You can do foot forward, bend, just a small bend, right? So just be gentle with your knees. Tense the leg and reach. Allow your pelvic bones to rotate naturally with you. Right? And you do the same on the other side. You can do that on the other side, so I don't have to turn the chair, and then I can show you more exercises. Let me think of another one. There's so many. They're great. Looking forward, heel up. So now you're not sideways, you're looking towards the foot, facing forwards. Let me stand here so you can see how I'm standing. Bend the standing leg, sit bones go back, and you tighten the leg slightly, tighten and lift. So you should feel a nice pull and pull. So very important to stretch after your run. And now, this is not a passive stretch. We're not staying in the stretch. If you stretch for too long, then when you start walking, it's just all going to come back to the same place it was before, you know. But if you do the movement, if you do the stretching and movement, it's strengthening while lengthening. And then you can do point and reach, or flex the foot and reach. You feel a different pull, right? Up, big circle, reach down, and you can feel a deeper stretch, right, on the side. Up, you might feel it at the bottom. Reach down. You can lift the hip up, down. Just, you can try different positions up and down. And then you can change the side. Flex, sit bones back, breathe out. Don't grip, don't contain that breath. Otherwise, you're not going to heal the body. You need to allow. And that allows for even the pelvic area to eccentrically lengthen if you breathe out completely. Point. Make sure you're not tucking in. If you're tucking in, you might want to bend the leg if that happens. You might want to bend the leg and start from there. Try to extend the spine straight and then go forward and then stretch from there, right? It's best to do it with the knee bent slightly so you can extend the spine rather than tucking in the pelvis and doing this. I don't want you to do this. Right, reach forward with a hand, reach. Feel it there. Reach up in a circle, down, extend the fingers, and you can feel a nice pull up. And do the combinations of lifting the hip up and down. And then you're feeling even the glutes stretching. Round. Now you can place one foot on the chair. Hold on. Lift the back heel. You're tucking the pelvis slightly, more from the tummy in rather than pulling the coccyx too much in. I don't want you to overextend the hip area. Lift the heel, tuck in, and knee down. So you're tucking. When you tuck in, you're pulling up, right? If you let go, then it's just too much for the knee and for all this area. You don't want to tuck in a little bit. If you need to push the pelvis in, do that. Push it in, and then your knee goes down, and you should feel a nice pull here. Same. You don't stay there, you move. Extend the other leg, you do a little combination, lift the heel, come forward, pelvis in, down, and imagine this lengthening up. So you're not releasing the weight on the knee, right? Keep moving. And the same on the other side. Heel up, pelvis in, knee down. And then, sorry, I've been looking at the screen to see that I'm in the right position, okay? I know the camera is there. And then you do a little combo. You can move, rotate here so you're stretching further near the glutes, up, come in, knee down. Now I'm going to show you an excellent tip. Actually, you can do this before running or cycling. This is a great tip I learned from Eric Franklin from the Franklin Method. He's fabulous. So, foot up. So, if you are going to follow my videos, later on I'll explain about the bone rhythms. So, when we move, the bones have a natural rhythm. Things don't just stay stiff and we move. There's movement so we can work on the strengthening factor, mobility. When there's mobility, there's strength, right? Mobility doesn't mean we're completely lax. We need that mobility. So when we lean forward, the femur, the bone rotates forward. You don't need to do anything. Just imagine it rotates out and back, out or in, out, in. Do this with me and do femur out, femur in, femur out, femur in. And when you do that, when you go forward, the shin area goes in and out. So it's opposite directions, in and out. Now, because we want to gain control over our bodies, our experience, we don't want to be a victim of pain or random things happening or doing exercises that we just do because we are told or etc. So to help the myofascial sling, the trajectory of everything and the optimum work of the knee, one hand at the top, the other hand at the bottom, and you can do out and in. So you're not just doing gently, you're grabbing. You're not yanking the bones. I don't want you to twist your knee. So you're doing this as a little, it's very, our fascia is full of neuroreceptors. So the communication we have with it, it's very subtle. Our body is very subtle. We think we need to be brutal, but we don't. So if you lean forward and back in this movement, and you do out and back, femur out, femur in. So you're doing this, out and back, out and back. I hope you can see there. Let me get closer to the camera. So if you've got the foot on the chair, right? Imagine my foot's on the chair. You're doing one hand, top one, out, and the bottom, in, out. Right, you're not yanking the whole leg. You're just doing a little rub, right? 10 times, maximum. Now, test. Do your testing. The leg you've worked, stand on it. How's that balance? Lift the arm. Now compare with the other side. Ooh. It probably feels very different, doesn't it? Look how subtle that is and how fast. So you can do that before your exercise. The other side, so femur out, femur in, femur out. I think I prefer doing the different hands, the opposite, but it's out and in, femur out, femur in. So it rotates out, in. So the myofascial trail, the fascia, wants to go with the bone rhythm, out and in. And that makes the knee feel better and feel happy. And if the knee's happy, the foot's happy, the Achilles tendon is happy, the whole body's happy, you're happy. And who are you? You're the one that perceives everything, isn't it? Out, in, out, in, out, in. How does that feel? Ooh, lifted. I feel great. Right, so those are just a few tips. I've got loads more tips and exercises and the workout that I'm releasing, Alchemize, so I hope you join me there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. So yeah, tell me how it goes with this. And I have quite a few more tips really, because if you do exercise or walking or whatever we do, everything we do, we need to work the whole body. So we need to work the lower back, the arms, the myofascial slings connect the upper body with the lower body. So there's a lot of many exercises that I have and tips